Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Libra Square LED pendant. This is a low voltage LED pendant, and it is the 139100. We have a lot to go over, so let's dive in right now. So, a couple things. Let's talk about the canopy up in the ceiling, and let's talk about what's inside of that canopy up in the ceiling. So, one way to show you this is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on our website, Handmade in Vermont, look over on this side of the screen. You're going to see midway down a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions. So open that up for me. In addition to having a full parts list and how it all goes together, the best thing about it is it's going to give you this in-depth view of how it all goes together again and what's inside that canopy. And the canopy up on the ceiling is 24 by 24 inches. It's about that deep, and inside of that you're going to notice there's a driver for the LEDs down below. There's also a transformer. It's going to take your voltage coming out of your J-box, which is line voltage, just regular household current. It's going to turn it into low voltage, which is safe to touch. So you'll be able to touch those cables coming down with no problem at all. So a couple other things. On that canopy for the finish, when we start talking about finishes later on, but on that canopy, that part that touches the ceiling, making the little box, is always going to be black. The flat plate on the bottom of it that's facing down, that's going to be showing your finish option. So whatever option you guys choose for your finish is going to be there. It's going to be on the ends of those glass cylinders, the metal parts. It's also going to be the weights on the very bottom. So that's where your finish is going to be. So just something to keep in mind. Those ribbed clear glass cylinders, what those are modules. You don't take those apart. They come just the way they are. And on the ends of them, the cables are going to pass through what are called grippers. So they have a little piece that you push in, which releases it. It's like a strain relief, and it allows you to ride these up and down, almost like they're on rails. So just something to remember. Inside of that ribbed glass is going to be another piece of glass. It's an opal diffuser. It's opaque, so you're not going to be able to see the LEDs. And then inside of that, that's where your LEDs are. There's strips of LEDs on like a kind of a rectangular piece that runs the whole length of it. So light's going to be going out of them in all directions, okay? And that light is going to be 3000 Kelvin, which is considered warm light in the lighting world. It's a dimmable fixture. Just tell your installer, if you're using this, that you're going to be using a dimmer that's set up for LEDs, okay? So let's jump into overall height. So the shortest this can be is 20 inches. The longest it can be is 100 inches. If you need to go longer than 100, just drop me a quick email and let me know what you guys are doing. And I can kind of quote you on custom stuff, which we do all the time. The overall size of it, it's a little tiny bit smaller than, actually it's a little bit bigger than the canopy just because of how these things kind of go outside those bounds. So it's 24.3 by 24.3, and then again you can go down to 100 inches. Canopy, like I said before, is 24 by 24. If you're thinking of using this on a slope ceiling, drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. I want to run that through customs and just make sure it's something you could do if you wanted to. This is going to be using 6 3-watt modules and 4 6-watt modules, which is going to give you 2700 lumens of light. It's quite a bit of light. And again, you can put it on a dimmer without a problem at all. You can get additional modules for this, and what you'd want to do is just email us to get a quote on those and tell us which size you're looking for and then how many you're looking to do, because there's going to be a limit of how many you can do on this. And a cool thing is on those installations instructions, if you go back to that, go all the way down to the bottom of that page, and you're going to see there's going to be a list of the max you can do for those modules, and it's going to kind of tell you how many of the big ones, how many of the small ones, and in what order you can do them. So that's something you want to check out. 55 pounds all in. It's going to hang from your normal junction box, something you want to just take a look at in those install sheets again. There's no problem as far as it's hanging from this, but you'll see there's other parts on that canopy that's going to allow it to be anchored to your ceiling. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things, so you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque, and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.